You're now listening to Uncensored Energy.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Uncensored Energy. I am your host, Richie Valentino, and right now is my first podcast ever. I just wanted to say that, and my very first guest ever just happens to be my girlfriend because I can't get anybody in here yet. Now, it's basically like a test episode, but I wanted to just try all my gear out, get everything ironed out before I have, some huge celebrity come in here and be like, why does this mic not work? No, I'm just kidding. So, ladies and gentlemen, my girlfriend, Jaime.
Hi.
Hey. What's up, babe?
Hi.
Are you stoked that I'm starting a podcast?
Yeah. Are you stoked that you're starting a podcast?
Yeah, I am. I think it's going to be fun.
I think you're going to be amazing at it.
Thank you. I just hope it's fun. I really just want to have fun with it. Maybe, since I'm introducing myself, my name is Richie Valentino. I am a comedian and a musician. I'm half comedian, half musician. I've been kind of being torn in both directions my whole life. But I love comedy and I love talking to people, and I just thought it could be cool to have a podcast, have some laughs, talk to some interesting people, and talk about all kinds of stuff. I'm kind of like a Renaissance man, if you will.
There you go.
I have a lot of different interests, so I thought meeting with a bunch of cool people on a podcast could be cool.
With no rules.
No fucking rules at all. Uncensored Energy. That's why I named it that. Because I just think when people get together, especially comedians or whatever, there's this uncensored energy in the room with them, and they're not afraid to say anything, and anything goes, and they all understand it's comedy. Nobody gets offended. Nobody gets triggered. No one's sensitive about it. They understand that, it's comedy. It's everything. Everything's fair game.
That's kind of how this whole thing was born. We were having that exact conversation about how you feel like, you can't go to a comedy show and, and perform at a comedy show without being like, okay, can I say that? Can I?
Oh, it's tough.
Say that. Like, how should I?
That was a bad little. It's really hard. Like on stage, it's way worse trying to put out content on social media. Forget it. But even on stage, man, if someone's recording you or someone takes something the wrong way and you're just working on a bit and, you're trying some new stuff out. So it's
social media is the worst, though. Probably.
It's really bad. And I'm not even, a famous comedian yet. I can't imagine what guys are going through that have, the masses on them. It's just crazy. You're trying to work out a bit and all of a sudden you see yourself on YouTube saying something that, could be taken the wrong way by people
and then you're labeled as God knows what.
Yeah, you're racist, you're sexist, you're whatever it is. But I don't know. I don't like where we're at as a country. I think that all art forms are suffering because of it.
Yeah.
Music, movies, comedy, everything is like so censored, and it's just not cool, man.
I think it's more than just our country too, though, because of how global and immediate social media can be. You could be. I'm sure people follow you who don't live anywhere near you.
No, and they laugh at the edgy material because they're not, I don't know, it's different here in America.
No, totally.
It's becoming like crazy.
Yeah.
And that's, I get it, I get it.
I understand because on one end, we want to be respectful and sensitive of others and, understanding and empathetic and whatever.
Totally.
But if you're going into a comedy club and then you choose to be offended, well, you put yourself in the wrong place to begin with.
Yeah, for sure. But I just mean not even in a comedy club, just overall sense of humor is very diminished.
Yeah.
Very low.
Well,
like people have no tolerance for any type of joke that hits a few certain areas
Yeah.
like race or sex or
Anything.
politics. You
Yeah.
say the word Trump, you're screwed.
Yeah.
Like I remember the last time I got up on stage, I was fortunate enough not to go first in that lineup. And, you know, every time I do that, I kind of pay attention to what's working with the comedians that go on before me.
Yeah.
And, you know, every time someone brought up Trump, you could feel the air just kind of leave
People
the room.
are like,
there's
yeah.
like this gasp, and I'm, all right, no Trump jokes.
Yeah.
And
How many times would you say you've done that where you've had to been like, okay, I need to rewrite this whole
well, I don't do
bit.
a lot of political material
No,
anyway.
just not even political, just any, like, have you ever gotten a feel for an audience and been like, oh, I can't do that joke about,
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
my girlfriend or, you know, whatever it is.
I mean,
like,
if you have to know your audience.
yeah.
I mean, it's different if you're playing like a fucking arena.
No, of course. But like,
But
you know, when you
can
go to
look
an open
out,
mic,
yeah, you
like,
can see who's in the audience, you know?
yeah.
Like if it's all, you have a joke about a stereotypical type of funny joke about a certain nationality and it's all that nationality in the audience. I don't know if you.
Yeah. No, but I just mean like,
You know what I mean,
if
though?
a comedian goes up before you with like a similar joke about a, you know, the
Oh,
same
yeah, that
topic,
too.
and then you're like, oh shit, I can't.
I get weird just seeing, remember, I was watching one of Sebastian's specials and he made that one joke that's very similar to my joke.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah,
remember
yeah.
what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh man, can I not use that anymore? Mm-hmm. But I can. It's the same topic, but it's different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not like I saw that and tried to copy it.
No, it's
like
not.
I before I even knew that existed, I had it done. So,
Right.
but sometimes comedians have to throw away jokes. Mm-hmm. Like I've seen people go up to, like, comics go up to other comics like, dude, that's my joke. Like,
Oh shit.
you know what I mean? Like comedians are weird about that.
But
You don't really.
do
you don't
they
wanna
do it
the
as
same
in
material.
like you stole it, or do they do it as in we
Sometimes.
can't talk about the same topics?
That too.
Oh, okay.
Depends how fucking crazy the person is, you know? Like
yeah,
I've seen
true.
people be like, that's my joke. Like, what'd you do? Steal my joke? Like, would you watch me the other night and take it? No, dude, I just, you know,
Yeah,
like
it's tricky.
politics is a pretty popular subject, like,
Yeah.
or whatever it was, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, but yeah,
Crazy.
so
Do you find it harder to be creative like now
Yes,
versus when
of
you were
course.
younger?
Oh my God, of course. A million %. A, because I was so young that I didn't really have to take responsibility for the shit that was coming out of my mouth.
True.
And B, it was a different like time. Like people were way more lenient. Like Saturday Night Live was doing all kinds of crazy shit
Yeah.
about.
Oh my God, that Will Ferrell bit when he like sings that song and actually
he
says
the N-word. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And
on
everyone
Saturday
laughs.
Night Live.
Yeah, it was nationally televised.
Because people understood that it wasn't meant to be
It wasn't Will
racist.
Ferrell,
it wasn't
a white
meant
man.
to be
Yeah.
offensive. It was just comedy. And that's exactly what I mean. If they would never be able to do that now.
Yeah.
It's like it's all political now. Like Saturday Night Live writes more Trump material than CNN does.
Yeah. That's
a good
true.
one. That's a good joke.
Yeah.
No, it's true though, man. It's like I was talking about this with this dude Derek. He's like a really good comedian. He's used to work at the Comedy Store, and I sent him a DM and about something about Saturday Night Live that he posted, and I was just like, if they ever, asked me to work for him, I would say like no, like at this point in time, like I wouldn't want to be on Saturday Night Live anymore.
Yeah.
It's too weird.
Yeah.
It's like if I wanted to write that much Trump material, I'd go work for a friggin' news station. I don't want
Yeah.
it. It's just boring. Like, and even when I was really little, like Eddie Murphy and like Dan Aykroyd and like that whole crew, forget it. It was like Bill Murray, like the shit that came out of their mouths on national TV.
Oh, yeah.
You would never be able to do that now. But that's why, like, everything was better because it was open.
But I also too, I think a lot of that comes from, like, yes, you're on a big platform when you're on national TV, but back then there wasn't Twitter and Instagram that would have people just like instantly
true.
replaying
Yeah,
all
for
of
sure.
this to
Social
remind
media,
everyone
I'm sorry, but social media is like the root of
of
all evil.
Yeah.
Like, it's ruined
Yeah.
our country pretty much, and everywhere. I think life was way better without it.
Oh,
It's
absolutely.
too much information.
Yeah.
It's too much information.
Too
Kids are
quickly.
getting bullied through that instead of just getting their ass kicked at school like normal kids did.
Yeah.
Which was hard enough.
No, of course.
You know what I mean? Like having to go to school and deal with that every day. But now you got to deal
Now
with
you
it
go to
when you get
school
home.
right, exactly.
So it's crazy, but it's just like, it's, I don't know, everyone comparing their lives.
Yeah.
Look what I have. Fake as fuck. Mm-hmm. They're probably the most miserable people in the world are the ones that like look the best on social media.
Yeah, they have the most followers.
Like Instagram models and like fitness models or whatever. Someone who's always posting something like, look how happy I am. Mm-hmm. They're probably like the most miserable people on the face of the earth.
Yeah, of course.
It's just weird, dude.
I grew up in
but we can't say much because we spend a lot of time on social media.
Oh my
gosh,
I do, yes.
Because I feel like career-wise, you kind of have to have that shit in line.
Yeah.
But you're just a normal person.
It's just a bad habit.
I kind of bitch you out for being on Instagram all the time.
Yeah.
Just like, because I don't think you realize how much you actually look at it.
It's
like, do you ever catch yourself?
Weird.
Do you ever catch yourself shutting it down and then opening it right back up?
No.
No, I have.
But I do often catch myself, like last night, you like came into the bedroom and you were like, what are you even doing? And I was like, I don't have a single idea. And for that 20 minutes that I was laying in bed, I was just scrolling through Instagram. I cannot tell you one thing that I saw that I remember.
No, it's just
it's like a mindless,
like
just
instinct,
passes the time.
like reflex.
Yeah.
It's gross.
It's so bad. But I also, I was going to say this earlier, like I grew up with like this weird mix of technology and not technology. Like AOL Instant Messenger was like the newest thing. And like, I remember we had to have been in like middle school when Facebook came out, and that was like a huge deal, but it was still not interesting enough to where we like chose to constantly do it, if that makes sense.
Well, that's because you actually had to go to a computer.
Yeah,
and
like we would
fire it up, and now
listen to
it's
that
in your
fucking
pocket.
dial-up thing. Yeah, you've got mail.
Yeah.
No, but
it's in your pocket now. One of the most powerful computers on earth is just chilling.
Oh, sure.
In your pocket.
But there's still this weird balance for me, probably because of my introduction to all of this, where it's like I will spend hours on my phone and looking at useless shit, but then at the same time, earlier today we went and took a walk, we went to the park, we did some other like random stuff in the park, threw a football around, played on the monkey bars. I hurt myself.
Yeah, see,
but that whole time that we were doing that,
missing that.
Yeah, but that whole time that we were doing that, my phone was in my bag and I had no desire to look at it.
That's is so important. That's why, we do the stuff that we do.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, I don't know, I guess we should tell everybody a big deal.
Let's tell them.
We have a YouTube channel that we started, I don't know.
A couple months ago?
Yeah, a couple months ago, called Where We Wild. And it's basically just to inspire people to go out and explore.
Get the fuck outside.
Yeah. Go on hikes, go camping, go fishing. Get the hell away from your phone for a minute and just go and experience life through your eyes.
Shit.
That's the other thing too, is like you go to a concert and you look around and everyone's just
recording it
through their phone. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Just sit there and watch it with your eyes. Blink, take it in. You're not gonna. It's like crazy.
Yeah.
And have you ever recorded that shit and then went home and actually watched it ever
no,
again? No.
Never.
It's fucking stupid, man. It's sad. It's
I had the most fun.
Living for likes. It's like gross.
Yeah. I had the most fun at the last concert we went to. The Doobie Brothers.
Yeah, they were great. I'm a big Doobie Brother fan.
We love Doobs.
So, if any of the Doobie Brothers are listening to this right now, hit me
Hi,
up.
I love you so much.
I love you. I got into you when I was about 2 years old because of my dad. And if you ever want to be on this podcast, please let me know and bring 2 guitars for you to sign.
God, I'll
Actually, you
cook
can
dinner.
just sign my guitars. Anyways, is it obvious that I like the Doobie Brothers? Listen to the Doobie Brothers.
Yeah.
Shout out to them.
So good.
Go search that stuff, man. They are amazing songwriters.
Mm-hmm.
Great music that doesn't have auto-tune.
Yes. Heaven forbid.
Oh my
But
God.
anyway, but that for that entire concert, except for their encore song, I'm just danced and like enjoyed the concert. And that was so much fun.
Yeah, man.
You kept telling me not to stand up, and I was like, F this, I'm standing up.
I wanted to stand up the whole time, but
Listen,
I felt
told me
bad.
to do it. Pat told me to do it.
Actually, no. But
Pat didn't tell me?
no.
Who told me?
Tom.
Oh, all right, fine. Tom told me.
But whatever.
Pat told me with his eyes.
Yeah, no, of course the band wants you to stand up and dance.
Yeah.
But the crowd there they're an older band, so the people that went to see them, we were like some of the youngest people there.
All right. Well,
So I don't know if people could stand up at that point.
well, if my legs work, then I'm gonna stand up and
No,
dance.
for sure. I just felt bad because I'm 6'3", and the lady behind me is like 4'2",
I know.
and I'm just like, oh,
Poor thing.
like I want to stand up so bad, but
Yeah.
I hate that feeling at a concert where you're like looking around like, why isn't everybody standing up?
I know.
Get the fuck up.
Yeah.
I'm like sitting there like putting my hands up, like trying to get people to stand up like I'm at a friggin'
Yeah.
baseball game. Like,
Yeah.
let's go. Get fired up.
Yeah.
But it was still a really great time. But yeah, the point, we didn't use our phones. We took a couple pictures of the stage in the beginning
Mm-hmm.
of the show. And then like one of the songs that I knew was going to be the big sing along where they're going to make people sing back.
Yeah, the
I think we
encore song.
recorded that.
Yeah.
But it's
So that
just
was
nuts.
it.
But even when I did record on my phone, I didn't look through the phone.
No.
I held
didn't
it and
either,
I
yeah.
looked with my eyes.
Yeah. The video
It's
is
crazy.
crap that I took because I'm
Mine
just
came out pretty good.
moving. I'm still dancing and holding my phone.
Whatever. That's what it's about, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, so going back to that, Where Are We Wilds, you can look it up on YouTube. We did we're just starting, but we did some cool shit so far. We hiked up to Big Pine Lakes. It was like 10 plus miles up and over this mountain to these glacial lakes, crystal clear. It's like right outside of Bishop, California. Whoo, that kicked my ass.
Yeah, it was amazing.
That was tough, man, but it was worth it.
That was
I just wish
how
we had
long
more
we were
time.
hiking. We had to have been out for like 6 hours.
We were out longer than that. It took 5 hours to get there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it was about 9-10 hours,
Yeah.
I
It was
think.
incredible.
Yeah, I mean, we had to
I wanna
take
go
breaks
back.
and stuff because like it was strenuous,
Mm-hmm.
and that was crazy. But and the altitude kind of gets to you. But
Yeah.
yeah, you can YouTube that as well. We have it on our YouTube, Big Pine Lakes hike, right?
I think so.
You can see it's-
Hiking Big Pine Lakes.
Yeah,
I think
it's
called.
beautiful, man.
Yeah, it's incredible.
I would do it again. I wish
But
I had more
that's-
time to go like fishing up by that
Yeah.
in that lake, but I was so burnt by the time we got there, and then we had to turn around and get back before dark. So it was like 1,000 degrees. I thought when we got up on that mountain, it was gonna be like 60 degrees and
Nope.
snow capped and shit, but it was hot, man.
Yeah, it was crazy.
July? Was it July?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
the
it
day
was too
before my
hot.
birthday.
We got to do that again when it cools down, I think.
Yeah.
It was just too
Oh,
hot.
I would absolutely do that again.
And
like,
yet
in
the
a
water
heartbeat.
was 40 degrees, the coldest,
It was incredible.
but no plunge.
But yeah, that's the point of Where We Wild is
For
to
sure,
just
man.
see some cool shit and bring everybody along with us and show you how to do it and encourage you to do the same and share with us your experience of it. And
Yeah.
we just want to create this little community of people that don't mind putting their phones down and
Yeah,
going
go out
outside.
and explore. I mean, here we are, though. We're going
It's-
out and
yeah,
recording stuff.
kind of hypocritical, but
it's to inspire people to go out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like, hey, hit like on Instagram. I mean,
Right.
I'm all over the place, man. I'm into the outdoors. I'm into comedy. I'm into music. Big fisherman. Now I'm doing podcasts. I'm out of my mind. I know
it's all right.
It's crazy.
There's nothing wrong with liking and doing a bunch of different things.
I have just so many different interests. It's like, I don't know. And I can't ever just like pick one and just be like, I'm satisfied. Like I need to do a lot of shit.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think it's great.
I have a weird brain.
I think it's just you have different ways of feeling fulfilled and you want to do all of those things that make you feel that way, and there's nothing wrong with that,
Yeah.
you know?
For
You're
sure.
doing what you love.
Yeah, no. It's, I'm definitely a creative type.
Yeah.
But, yeah. What else? What else you want to talk about? It's your hour. I think we'll go. We can maybe do like an hour. I don't know how long these podcasts should be. I'm thinking an hour.
Yeah.
It's a little long, but it's not. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
It's all right. You can
Depends
do
on the
anything
guest.
for an hour.
I think however long the guests want to go is fine with me. Besides being 3 or 4 hours, because that's just ridiculous. Like, I'm not Joe Rogan.
Right.
Shout out to Joe Rogan, by the way.
Hi, Joe. Hi, Marshall.
Big fans. Big fans. We watch Joe all the time. He probably has something to do with inspiring me, honestly, to do a podcast. He's a comedian. He has the most popular podcast on earth. And
he has the most beautiful dog on earth.
And he reminds me kind of myself. Like, he's into so much shit. Like, he's got 8 million different interests. You know what I mean? And it's fine. It works.
Yeah.
So he inspires me for sure. So shout out to Joe. Hopefully I'll be on your show one day.
There you go.
And then you can be on my show. That'd be great. And Marshall needs to come too, because Jamie's in love with Marshall.
I'm gonna dog sit.
Who isn't in love with that dog? It's like the happiest looking dog I've ever seen in my life.
I know, he's beautiful.
Makes me want to get a golden. We
I
can't
would
yet.
cry.
I'm not subjecting any dog to an apartment.
No, of course not. But once we buy a house, if you want to just wake me up on a Sunday morning with
a golden retriever,
a puppy, I'm not opposed.
Okay. Well, yeah.
I'll just cry for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Could you imagine the little thing just comes up and like licks your face?
Yeah, I know. I'm allergic. It's my biggest nightmare. No, it sucks.
No.
I've been allergic to dogs my whole life, but I just kind of deal with it because I love them.
But you get used to you're used to Jake.
Yeah. Jake is a little
Yorkie Bichon.
Yeah, Yorkshire, I guess they call it, mix that I actually left back east with my mom and sister because I didn't want to uproot them. Yeah. Moving out to LA, so they love him.
And your mom and your sister love him so much.
Yeah, they fell in love with him
you can't
too.
Take him away.
It was kind of like, all right, I got to go to LA.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna leave you this dog.
Here's my parting gift.
Just to keep you happy.
Mm-hmm. But, are you happy you moved to LA? Are you happy we moved to LA?
Yeah. It's different, that's for sure. But we wouldn't be able to do all this beautiful hiking and Yosemite and Big Pine and go to the beach whenever the hell we want. And I got to be honest, I was doing better in New York comedy-wise.
Mm-hmm.
Stage time felt like it was like way easier to come by.
Yeah.
And I had more opportunities. And then coming out here, I'm like,
you have to start
the new
over.
kid in school, and I'm not sure, who to talk to or how to go about stuff, and it's just, I got to learn, but I love the weather, and I'm definitely a beach person, you know that, and I love all this nature shit. They don't make mountains like that back east, man.
Nope.
That we hiked. I mean, they do, but not like that.
No.
What is it, Appalachian Mountains over there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right.
It's nothing like this.
No.
And I still want to go back to Colorado and get up into those Rockies a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
When we drove out here, I loved Colorado.
Yeah, one night when I think you had a drink in you, you told me we were gonna have babies in Colorado.
I think you might have had a fucking drink in you and hallucinated that I said that.
No,
I don't talk like that.
I promise you.
When do I ever talk like that?
It was the.
I never. That is a girl phrase right there.
Nope.
That is bullshit.
You're just upset because I'm calling you out about it.
I never said that.
You did. I promise you. It was the night you came home from.
Maybe I was
being home.
Go make some money in LA and get my career together, and then go and chill in Colorado.
It was the night I surprised
kids.
you.
I might have said raise kids in Colorado.
It was the night.
How was that? Did you just hit your elbow on the table?
Yeah.
Take it easy.
It was the night I surprised you with all the pictures, and you were like, "Oh, my favorite one." You blew up so big. I'm so happy.
I just flew in from New York.
Yeah.
I didn't know where I was.
I know. I'm explaining the story. And you were like, I'm so happy you blew up that picture. It's so beautiful. I loved Colorado so much. And you were like, I think we're going to end up in Colorado. I think we're going to have babies in Colorado. And I was like, okay.
I think I might have been on Xanax too.
Yeah, that might have been it.
I think I took some Xanax.
Then you definitely didn't have a drink.
No. I took some Xanax for the flight. I hadn't slept.
That's why.
At all.
Yeah.
And I was exhausted from flying back.
Yep.
And then I don't even remember that night. Like, seriously,
I
remember
know.
you quizzed me the one time and
Yeah.
I had no recollection?
Yep.
That's scary. That is fucking scary.
Well, you were sleep deprived.
I was
and
shot.
You had a Xanax in you.
I usually take like a little Xanax to just kind of knock out on a plane.
Yeah, but you didn't sleep that flight, did you?
No, for some reason it just
You
wasn't
just couldn't
happening.
sleep. Yeah.
Because
So
I'm
that
too
probably
damn tall.
made it worse.
It's like the worst for me. Trying to cram into like a little coach seat.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. I'm my leg. You know how tall I am.
Yeah.
It's so hard. My knees were hitting the chair in front of me the whole time.
You don't even fit in our car.
Oh, I hate flying like that. One of these days I'll be able to go private or first class at least. Jeez, give me one of those lazy boy chairs.
I don't know about private. Private planes are so small and they have a bigger chance of crashing.
What?
Yeah.
I see
It's
people
like
who
a
fly
fact.
private all the time and it looks amazing. Why wouldn't you want to fly private? There's no bullshit. There's no like lines. You just get dropped off at Burbank and walk on the tarmac or whatever it is, the runway, onto your plane, up the stairs, onto your plane, out. There's no like crazy take your shoes off, security, crazy I don't even know. I've never flown private, but it looks to me like you just get on the goddamn plane and go.
Yeah.
You're not surrounded by, crowds. And terrorist-wise, you had a way better chance of getting messed with on a commercial, huge airline flight than you do flying private.
But I wasn't talking about the people. I was talking about the size of the plane and the fact that private planes crash way more often.
Look it up, man. I don't know.
I'm about to.
Look it up, but I don't think they're...
I'm basing this off of fact.
I would bet that commercial airlines crash more than... Not Cessnas. Not like single-engine little Cessna planes. You know what I'm talking about? Those little ones?
Yeah.
That doesn't count. But jets. Private jets. Like legit
private
jets.
planes are nearly as deadly as cars.
No.
Live science.
That is talking about Cessnas. The cheapest plane you can buy when everyone gets their pilot's license, they get a Cessna, and they crash that bitch into the woods somewhere. I'm talking private
is flying
jet.
Private safer than commercial? While private planes offer many advantages, they are significantly more dangerous than commercial air travel, which had just the safest year on record. Yeah, out of 35 million commercial global flights in 2017, only 2 ended in accidents, resulting in fatalities.
And what about the private?
Let me see.
I wonder why that is.
Because private planes are small.
Fucking fighter jets are small, aren't they? Like compared to like a commercial airline, like smaller might be freaking better.
I don't know.
Well, regardless, I would love to fly private anytime.
I'm not saying I won't do it. I just don't know how often I would do it. Just like skydiving.
It's so expensive.
We tried it once. I think maybe I'll give it one more shot and then that's it.
That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, if you missed that, Jamie and I once jumped out of a perfectly good airplane. And it was friggin' awesome.
It was killer.
I loved it.
I free fell. I free fell through a cloud.
Yeah,
it was wet.
I didn't have a... Wow, that's crazy. It actually like misted you.
Yeah.
That's nuts. I didn't go through a cloud.
That was my only request. When on the ground, the guy that was going to jump with me was like, is there anything, that you want to get out of this? And I was like, all I want to do is free fall through a cloud.
That's funny.
And he was like, all right, well, I can't move the clouds for you, so I don't really know, if I can make that happen. And I was like, all right, we'll figure it out. It's all good. I'm still going to skydive and it's going to be amazing. And then we are falling and he like points down towards the ground and I see it. And we were just rapid speed heading towards the cloud.
You have it on video. I watched the video.
I was like, oh my God.
It was crazy.
Boogers falling out of my nose.
Yeah, that was nuts. I had that was like the worst of it, really, just from the air getting rushed up your nostrils and stuff on the way down. They looked like you could, in my video, it looked like you could fit a golf ball in my nostrils. They were wide open like little parachutes.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's one thing I would do again maybe one more time.
Yeah.
Wouldn't do it multiple more times because, like, I survived the first time.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's really not that dangerous.
No, it's less dangerous than driving in a car.
I mean, but
statistically,
you know, it takes a lot out of you.
Oh, for sure.
But it also, fires you up for months. You're high off that adrenaline. It's like no anxiety. You're not freaking out about anything. You're just like, it's like a reset button.
Mm-hmm.
So,
is there anything more extreme than that?
Than skydiving?
Yeah. Maybe like bungee jumping.
That actually freaks me out more because that
it
thing
could just
snap.
Yep.
But yeah.
What about those
How
things?
about climbing El Cap without a rope?
Oh, hi. Hey, Alex.
That dude.
Sick man.
I mean, that's pretty fucking extreme.
Yeah.
It's fucking extreme, man. That is crazy. Or like the footage of that dude who like base jumps off when he falls and pulls his chute.
Oh yeah,
like
that was wild.
El Cap and then just pulls the chute. Or just base jumping and all that crazy shit.
Yeah.
Those guys that fly through the wingsuits like along the mountains.
Looks so sick.
That's nuts, dude.
That's insane. Well, what's even crazier about that, which I always forget, is with skydiving, you have the option to be like in tandem with somebody who like knows what they're doing. But if you're
that's the only way you're allowed to go until you get certified.
But if you're in a wingsuit, it's like if you fuck up, you're just dead and it's your fault.
Yep.
That's crazy.
It's for show. We've done some cool shit together, man.
We have.
We've done a lot of cool shit. Lots of cool shit.
What do you think is the coolest thing we've ever done?
Skydiving is up there. And then obviously, packing up our shit and saying like,
bye.
Let's move to LA.
Yeah.
Let's just drive there.
Yeah.
Let's pack up everything we can fit into this fucking car and go. That took some nuts.
Yeah. Some nuts.
That took some nuts to get out here like that.
Do you remember the conversation we had when we were visiting about moving here?
Not really.
Really?
I mean, you mean like when we watched the sunset?
Yeah.
Yeah. We were in San Diego on Sunset Cliffs.
Mm-hmm.
And we were just like, man, like we might have to move out here.
Yeah.
And we started like seriously considering it. And that was like a year.
It was a year before we did it. I think it was 2 years.
It was a little more. Yeah. Because we just had to figure some shit out.
Yeah. But we kind of messed up because
I wish I would have went right then.
Well, that and we chose when we were coming out here to vacation and to explore, we chose San Diego as like our first stop. And it's so beautiful down there. It's like so not like LA.
Yeah, it's weird. We flew into LA and then just drove straight down.
We took the coast.
We covered a lot of ground on that trip.
Yeah.
This state is just
massive.
Oh my God. We couldn't even, the last trip we took, I wanted to get up to Seattle and back. We didn't even get out of California.
No.
There was just too much to see, too much to stop.
But yeah, and we landed at LAX.
Too much to stop. It made no sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We landed at LAX.
Yeah.
We got the rental car, which was the exact same car as mine.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And then we hit the Pacific Coast Highway and just took it all the way down. We saw the ocean for the first time.
I cried.
So did I.
I cried a little bit.
I always cry, whatever.
But I had just gone through some serious shit.
Yeah.
So I was it was kind of like, all right,
restart.
Yeah. Like it was just nice to see something new.
Yeah. And then I think we fell in love with California when we were in San Diego.
Yeah.
Because of the cliffs and like the lifestyle and like I would totally move to San Diego. It's so pretty down there.
Yeah, but remember we went to the city though? Like remember we went down to the baseball game when the Mets were playing the Padres? That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a Mets fan. I'm from New Jersey. I'll never apologize for it, but I know they're not very good. They will be though.
They were great this year.
What? They could have been great this friggin' year. Right, they had a bullpen.
Let's not get on
Shout out to Pete Alonso, 53 home runs.
Hi, Pete.
Dude, you're the man.
Yeah.
Keep it up, buddy. I'm stoked you're a Met.
Polar Bear. LFGM.
That's right, dude. Orange and blue for life.
Yeah, but I didn't mind the little downtown area. I mean, it was like we were in a weird like Marriott.
But it was weird. There was weird people walking around out there. It was weird.
Yeah.
It was weird. To me it seems like a kind of like college agey party, like that gas lamp. What is it? Gas lamp district.
Gas lamp district. Yeah.
It just seemed like frat central to me.
Yeah, but there's. I mean, even in LA,
LA
there's plenty of little places like that. But like La Jolla, like how gorgeous was it? And we had like
it's pretty. It smelled like shit, but
we
it smelled like seals.
We had those California burritos, which we thought
that was
were
the first time we ever had that.
We thought that was a thing, and it's like not a thing. We were like just so spellbound.
Yeah,
and then
it's a different world. But then we went up north, and that was even cooler. And we were just like, oh man, there's just so much here.
Yeah,
like we went up to Big Sur, and I saw that, and it was just. That was a life-changing trip.
Yeah.
Life-changing.
It really was. And it's so weird because I know a decent amount of time passed since like when we first went to California and then when we actually moved. But I don't remember the time between that, if that makes sense.
I do. Because I was so dying to go.
Yeah.
I was like, I was trying to get you to, go. And I was like, you were tied up at work, like your job and everything, what you were doing. And
trying to figure it all out.
It's not easy, but we got here.
Yeah, we did.
We're not balling, but we're surviving. It's not easy, man.
No.
It's not easy. You gotta, it's not easy. And it's so expensive here.
It's like New York.
It's so expensive. It blows my mind how expensive it is. But
yeah.
That's LA for you.
Yeah.
But anyways, so where do you think you'd want to travel to next? Like where should we go next? We've done a lot of cool shit together, but we've never gone on like a tropical type of vacation.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I want to like go on some adventurous vacation, I really, really just want to go somewhere all inclusive and lay on the beach all day.
Oh yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Now this is a vacation.
Yeah.
Was that from Home Alone?
Probably.
Home Alone Lost in New York.
Yeah.
Shout out to Macaulay Culkin. I should get his ass on the podcast.
Oh man.
So he's a character, man.
Stories he'd have.
He is a character. I just want to know one thing. Did Michael Jackson stare at your asshole?
Oh.
Oh, sorry. I'm a comedian. Leave me alone.
Shit.
That's how my brain works.
I know.
He did, though. I don't know. I don't want to go there. I don't want to talk about Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
That's so depressing. I was like the biggest Michael Jackson fan on the face of the earth. And I still am to a degree. The guy's music is like unbelievable. Just, but now every time it comes on, I think about that. And I'm just kind of...
Assholes.
Just 6-year-old assholes.
Yeah.
It's like,
I know.
Skip. Next, Pandora.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sad, man. It's sad.
I know.
I used to friggin' turn it up when that shit came on, man.
Yeah.
But it's just weird. So weird. Whatever. But yeah, what do you think? Like Mexico or... I've been to Mexico once. I went on like a spring break type of deal.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, Cancun.
What'd you catch on that trip?
Nothing. I'm a good boy. I was a good boy.
Nice.
No, I got mono.
Oh, good.
But, whatever. I was fine. No, I was just...
yeah, I mean,
cool.
We're so close. Cabo sounds good. Hawaii, we're right here.
Yeah.
Gotta go
Hawaii
see that.
is... I have to go to Hawaii.
Yeah.
I need to check that out for sure.
But then also I want to go on like safari in Africa.
Yeah, for sure. I'd love to go there.
See some animals.
Yeah, you'd freak though if like...
Oh, I'd cry.
Especially if you saw like a lion like chase down a gazelle and just like murder them right in front of you. You'd probably be a little upset about that. I would be too though, because I get a little sensitive when it comes to that shit. I don't know why. It hurts my feelings.
Yeah,
I feel bad for them, but that's
the
nature,
Lion
man.
King taught me it's the circle of life.
That's right.
You know?
Oh my God. How many friggin' movies is Disney gonna remake?
Oh, they have to.
They have to.
Yeah.
That's sad.
No. It's actually kind of beautiful. Walt Disney.
Oh, yeah. Let's share it with a new generation and totally ruin it. Just put out the old one. That was classic.
All right. Well,
Stop
it
remaking
was
shit.
a beautiful thing that he wrote in his will.
I know. I get it. I remember hearing about that.
Because I told you about it.
Yeah. You told me. But,
I haven't
why
seen
don't you
that.
just put your headphones on correctly? Why do you have to have
'Cause
them on sideways?
hurts
Who are
my
you?
head.
Mariah Carey? Fucking recording shit? Hitting high
No.
notes?
I like it.
Every time I did record vocals, though, for music, I would kind of have one, too.
Okay.
Because you can hear yourself sing. For singing, it makes sense. But I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just...
I just like to be able to also hear what else is going on.
True.
You know?
We live in LA, so everybody is probably going to hear everything that's going on here. My apologies if you hear fire trucks or garbage trucks or helicopters or, shootings or...
We've never heard a shooting.
No, but it's nonstop around here. There's always something going on.
It probably also doesn't help that we're so close to
There you go.
hello.
Cue. On cue. I hope that showed up. Some asshole. People drive like assholes here in LA.
Let's talk about
sorry.
that really fast.
I am sorry. Seriously, though.
No
people
one.
drive like assholes.
Because they don't know how to.
And, I get it. I get it.
No, I don't get it.
I get that's why traffic is so bad here. I get it.
Because no one knows how to drive.
No one knows how to drive. Nobody knows how to drive.
That I understand. I understand the reason why traffic sucks. I don't understand why everyone's got to be a dick.
Do you know they say that, I'm pretty sure the number of cars in LA outnumber the people or something like that?
Yeah, because every asshole's got to have a Porsche and a fucking Land Rover.
Yeah, it's crazy if you think about that. That's why maybe traffic is so bad. But I think it's just a bunch of people who don't know how to drive and zero patience. I'm talking about speeding around you to get to a red light. An
that drives
asshole.
me insane.
Or if you're at a red light and you don't take off the very split second. I'm not talking a long pause. Just a normal average, oh, it's red, or oh, it's green, let's go. You will get beeped at.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous, man. People are just, I don't know. I love LA. I love California. But some of the people in LA are just really, really just bitchy.
Yeah. You know what? Also, why I think people drive like dicks.
Fake.
The reason that they drive like dicks is because there aren't enough police officers to pull them over and be like, "Hey, you're driving like a dick. Don't do it."
Maybe that too.
There's
been
only
pulled over once.
No,
since we've
now
been out
of
here.
course I'm going to.
Oh,
but
boy, knock on wood.
That
was loud.
The reason that I feel like no one gets pulled over anymore or in LA at all is because there's not enough police officers for the number of people that are here. There's only 9,000 police officers
and
in LA.
You know why there's never a cop around to friggin' pull you over? It's because they're in a friggin' high-speed chase along with every other cop in this friggin' city, all in one place at one time.
Exactly.
That's probably what's going on. There's a high-speed chase on the news every other day.
I know.
It's crazy.
They have way bigger fish to fry, but
crazy. And I have not seen so many homeless people in my entire life.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
And I'm used to being in New York. That blows my mind. Back in the day, in New York, I'd be like, wow, man, there's a lot of homeless people. Now, here, it's crazy. It's so much worse. And maybe that's because rent is just so stupid, overpriced for people. How do they expect people to live?
All right, if you were homeless and you could get to somewhere sunny and not live in New York where it's negative 14 at night.
Go to the beach, man. I think they even bus them in here. I think I heard something about that they actually bus in homeless people here. Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
Yeah.
At least, I don't know how you fix that problem. I really don't.
You come up with some sort of equal
massive
opportunity
shelters
housing.
Or
yeah. Because
I have no idea.
Here, all right, if I was, I don't know, president of California, mayor of California.
Governor of California?
Governor, there we go.
See, you're not qualified already.
So
you are qualified.
Yeah, exactly.
There's some fire trucks.
I would come up with some sort of thing where...
Unbelievable. You hear this shit? This is what I live with. It's so hard to record anything here, but it gets to you just hearing that in general all the time.
Yeah. But I would come up with some sort of thing where there was like, let's say like a building or just like an area of town where you could live there. If you were homeless, you could live there, but you'd also have to work there. So you're like working for
So like
your home,
a
essentially.
factory slash
Kind of
housing thing.
Yeah. So like you're either doing community service and like cleaning up, or let's say there's like a big apartment building and you live in one of the apartments, and then on the base floor of that is like retail space, and you have to like
a
you know,
sweatshop.
be a janitor or something, like whatever it is, because then you're giving people a purpose, but then you're also you're motivating them to not,
But when would they have
live
time
on
to
the
do
street.
meth?
Right. That's the other thing.
Was that mean?
No.
It was a joke.
But I think that's probably
just a joke.
That's also a huge deal, is there isn't like good rehabilitation.
We see
here.
a lot of homeless people here, and the majority of them, to me, seem like they're on something.
Yes. I mean,
like if you're down on your luck and shit is like, you lost all your family and you got nobody and stuff, and I sympathize with. But if you just had let drugs just completely, take over your life, like, I mean, I still sympathize because that sucks.
It's a sickness,
and it's
though.
not like they wanted to go down that path.
No. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's definitely people who, I don't know. I can't speak for them, but I'm sure there's people who don't mind, just constantly getting high and whatever. But then there's also people that feel like they don't have any other choice, so then they just partake in that stuff, or maybe they're just mentally ill and they don't know the difference. Too. So that's what I'm saying. Like if there was some sort of, even if it was in downtown LA, like an entire block, like Skid Row is apparently this like huge, there's this big homeless problem thing, and Skid Row is like the worst of it. Well, turn that into something, buy all those buildings on that block, make that a homeless shelter, and then, open little coffee shops on the ground floor or something.
Would basically have to do that privately, like some rich...
No, because there can be city-owned buildings.
I know, but I feel like they would never put the money into something like that.
Oh, no, never. But I don't see why they wouldn't, especially if there's like businesses that can be opened or employment opportunities within there for like, people to come in and it be like counselors or something to these people that have mental issues or drug problems. You know what I mean?
It's a big problem in this country,
Yeah,
mental illness. Mm-hmm. I think that's why we have a shooting every freaking day.
But I also think
I don't
social
even
media
blame
has
guns anymore. I blame people at this point.
Well, yeah.
Like guns don't shoot people by themselves. That's why I kind of like, I don't even have one. Guns scare the shit out of me. Mm-hmm. But I like kind of want one for protection just in case like shit goes down. But I don't know. It's weird. What was that? I kind of lost my train of thought.
A mental illness is big.
I don't know, man.
I think it's because of social media.
What, that there's shootings all the time?
No, that there's an increase in mental illness and...
Oh, that's what I was going to say. Like, I'm not even, like, a gun nut. Like, I'm not even, like, into it. But I feel like taking them away is not going to really... Making them illegal, anyway, is not going to work because I feel like, crazy people are still going to find a way to get them on the street, Well,
yeah. I mean...
Like, what the fuck? And now you have normal... like law-abiding people that have guns not being able to get them anymore, and they're going to be forced to get them on the street. I don't know. It's dangerous. I think it's really weird that the first two amendments that were ever written for this country are the ones that are in the most jeopardy. Freedom of speech and the right to bear arms. Is that nuts?
Yeah, that's really weird.
Like, that blows my mind. Like, those two things are like the biggest things threatened right now. Not the 23rd and 24th or whatever. The first and second one. Crazy to me.
Why do you think that is?
Why do I think what is?
Why do you think those two
are the most threatened.
Yeah, like in your opinion, why do you
I mean, think about it. Like everything people are allowed to say, you know, is people are you're not allowed to use this word. You can't talk like this. You can't say this. You can't have a. They're actually like doing something called shadow banning people on social media, like that show like that they're, I guess, right side or whatever politics, like that they're like Republican or support Trump or whatever it is. They'll like block you from certain social medias, and you I feel like they're trying to like I don't know, take away the freedom of speech. Like it blows my mind. And then guns, they're obviously working to try to get those off the friggin' table too.
Yeah.
But it just blows my mind because those dudes that wrote those were pretty smart. Like they knew it's like the foundation for our entire country, and it's worked for a long time.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with I think people should have the right to bear arms, but I don't think anybody should be able to just walk into a store and buy an AK-47.
You can't walk into a store and buy an AK-47.
So then how are these kids getting their hands on them? Or
Well,
AR-15s,
right.
whatever they are.
I
That's where my issue lies with all of this.
I don't think you can walk into a store and buy an AK-47. AR-15, I'm not really sure. Like I said, you know me, I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't own a lot of guns. Like I
don't own a gun.
Well, I do, because when my dad passed away, he left me a bunch.
I was quoting Wayne's World.
Oh yeah, I don't even own a gun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't really know the particular laws about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know it's not like a cakewalk. You can't just walk into a friggin', you know, like you got to fill out some shit. You got to like have some serious paperwork to like get something.
It's just a background check.
I think
though.
like a shotgun is like the easiest thing to get, and you're not going to be spraying people down with one of those. I'll tell you that.
Right. But again, for home security or, you know, even for sport, because there's people that do it when they throw those plates in the air or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
All that's fine and good.
Clay.
Yeah, there you go. But the fact that children can get their hands on these like really dangerous, like I'm not saying a regular, you know, handgun isn't dangerous, but the fact that somebody can just very lightly pull a trigger and kill 20 people.
But I don't understand how kids get them from their parents.
That's
right?
what I'm saying.
Their parents have it in the house. They grab it.
Right. But their parents shouldn't have even been able to buy them. Like there's no need for that.
But if their parents were good people and smart people, those fucking things would be locked in a gun locker, a safe, and no one would be able to get into that.
Yeah. But if you had that type of a gun, what would you use it for?
I probably wouldn't.
Right.
It would
so then
probably
what's
be just
the point?
locked in a safe for fucking doomsday. Like,
I guess.
You know what I mean? Like, it would never see the... And then maybe I would take it to a range and, you know...
Use it responsibly.
Keep it up. You know, keep it clean and use it in practice or whatever every once in a while. But that's it. I would never... What else do you do with that? It's for protection. That's what people get them for.
Yeah. It's just crazy. Like, there's no reason why there should be the same type of weapon in a middle school or a high school that's being used in war. Like, no kid should have their hands on...
No kid should have their hands on any gun.
I know, but a gun that's, like, meant for war.
I don't know.
You know?
I don't know. All I know is that it starts with the parents. And that's the key to school shootings, at least. Not these other mass shootings. That's a little different bit of an animal. But when kids are the shooters, I blame their parents. I blame their fucking parents.
Yeah.
I straight up blame their parents. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you got to know what the hell's going on. And on the news, you always hear, like, oh, we didn't know what he was up to, and he was this, and he was that. You didn't know shit because you probably never even give the kid any attention. Or you know what I mean? How could you? My parents were in my ass. My mom, especially.
Yeah.
She knew. She knew everything I was doing.
My.
Did I just use a Sebastian bit? I think I just I think I just stole Sebastian Maniscalco's bit right there. He
What?
talked about that. Oh, he did this bit on one of his specials. It was so funny. His mom looking through his room when he was a kid or something. She found like a rag he used to jerk off with. You never saw that?
No.
Sorry, Sebastian. I think I might have just stole your bit, but it's true. My parents knew what I was up to.
Yeah.
And when parents don't, I mean, that's what happens, man.
My
What's going on with you? You're getting bullied? Fuck. Like, let's work on this. Let's figure it out.
Yeah.
But when a kid just bottles it up and he's in his room and all of a sudden he knows dad's got, the gun safe or whatever. I don't know how that shit really goes down.
Yeah, it's
but
crazy.
I can
My
only
parents
imagine.
were smart as fuck because when we were moving into our new house, my dad took all of the doors off of the bedrooms so he could paint them, and then he put them on all of the incorrect doors, so none of the doors closed properly.
He probably didn't even do that on purpose. He probably did
Oh,
it by
no.
mistake.
Knowing my father, he did that on purpose. So I
Really?
could never close my bedroom door all the way.
Or he just put too much paint on them,
And
and that's why they didn't.
it was impossible to slam the doors too. So like anytime my sister and I would get like angry and like storm up to our room and like try to close the door, you'd hear it like not
That's funny.
slam. It just made you feel so lame because you're like, fuck, I can't even slam the door.
My mom just always had the rule, like if I had a girl over, that I couldn't shut the door until I got a little older, and then I was just like, I'm shutting the door.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
The first time I ever brought a boy over, my dad mowed the lawn at 8:30 at night.
why.
Just too nervous to do anything else.
That's funny.
Literally, we were sitting in the living room, not even like close enough to each other, watching a movie, and all of a sudden the lawn mower turns on and he's like in the front yard.
I'm surprised, he didn't want to like keep an eye on you or something, like
No,
stay.
that's why he did it.
Oh, so you keep
see-
walking back and forth
Yeah.
in front of the window?
Yep.
That's funny.
And I was like, is that the fucking lawnmower?
That's funny. That's
Poor
really
guy.
funny. But yeah, dude, good parenting. Parenting 101, I think that's really lacking, and that's why I think like the younger generations are kind of suffering because of that, I feel like their parents are,
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with some people. I just don't get it.
I think I got lucky because my parents had me so young that they like didn't know how to communicate in any other way other than let's just talk to her like she's a normal human being.
Yeah.
It like coddling or baby talk. Like they were just like, let's just figure this out. And I don't know. It just was great. Like they were cool.
That's cool. Yeah, my parents were pretty cool too. But it's just like there's like morals and there's behavior and there's stuff instilled at an early age that really shapes you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like not, interrupting adults or, just being respectful and stuff. That was like
Yeah.
taught to me very, very early.
The first time I ever stole, I didn't even mean it. And I don't think I ever...
The first time you ever stole?
Yeah, I don't...
You've stolen more than one time?
Oh, no, I meant like the first time I stole. Like,
the only time
it was
you ever
the
stole?
only time, yeah. I was... God, I don't even know how old I was, but I was in a grocery store with my mom, and I wanted one of those fat TV dinners.
What? Like Hungry Man?
No. It was like a kid's one, and it was like a blue box, and there was a penguin on it, and it came with a brownie.
Oh, I remember those things.
You remember them?
How do you steal something
they
that
were
big?
So good. So I wanted it so bad, and my mom was like, she did one of those like, oh, if you behave, like I'll get it for you kind of a thing. Or no, she might have just said no altogether, but I like took it with me because I used to do that thing where I'd be like, all right, well, I'll just hold on to it, and maybe like
Just pout.
by the time we get to the register, she'll be like, all right, whatever. And so
Put it back.
yeah. And so I think I was in the shopping cart, like in the larger part of the shopping cart with the thing still in my hand. And we got to the car and I had it in my hand, and she was like, you didn't pay for that. And I was like, well, no, you were supposed to. And she was like, you stole that.
Oh, she was fucking with you, right?
No, she really didn't pay for it.
No, I know, but like, did she do it on purpose to like teach you the lesson?
I'm not sure if I'm not sure. I have a feeling she just didn't see it.
Really?
Like she didn't realize that I had it. The cashier didn't see that I had it. And so we just like walked out. And mind you, it's like a $4 like TV dinner. It's like
Still
not
though,
a big
how
deal.
did your
But
mom
still.
handle it? How did she?
So
What did
she was
do?
like, you stole that. Like made me feel so bad. And she was like, you need to go give that back and tell them that you took it and you didn't pay for it. So I had to go to the customer service counter and hand it to them. I had tears running down my eyes because all I wanted was that fucking brownie.
Oh, that's what you were upset about? You weren't embarrassed that you had to say
I
that?
was so embarrassed, but I was also like
And like
heartbroken.
ashamed.
Yeah. Oh my God. And yeah, and so I had to give it back, and the guy was like, "Oh, it's okay." And my mom's like, "Don't tell her it's okay. It's not okay to steal." And she was like correcting him and telling me what to say, and
Yeah, she wanted to
making
teach you
me
the
say,
lesson.
"Yeah, oh yeah,
And that's what I mean. That is one of the lessons that a good parent is going to teach their kid.
yeah."
It's shit like that, man. It's shit like that.
So crazy. And I remember, I could be remembering it differently, but I just remember the feeling like
It sticks
so
with you for life.
distinctly.
Those lessons
Oh
will stick.
man.
stick for life.
And like the same thing happened later on in my life. Like we were on a school field trip, and I was trying on jewelry at one of those like little kiosks. Like I don't even know where we were, and I think I put like a bracelet or a ring on, got into conversation, completely forgot that I had it on, and like started walking away, and this man starts chasing me, being like, I'm gonna call the police, and I had absolutely no idea what he was talking about. Come to realize I had this thing like on my body that he thought I was trying to steal, and I was like, holy shit. And I was so embarrassed. All of my teachers saw me. They all thought I stole it. I was hysterically crying. And I was like, honestly, like I really wasn't stealing, I promise. And, it was just like things like that. You take with you forever because you're like, holy shit. Like,
I've told you my story, right?
of you stealing?
Yeah. Which technically wasn't even stealing, but I still got that lesson harsh from my dad. You don't remember that story?
I think I remember.
Oh, I got to tell.
Yeah,
it
now you got to tell me.
My grandmother used to watch me, and I was in her house after school. I was young, man, first grade maybe. Mm-hmm. And she had these stamps on her desk.
Yeah, I remember.
And I thought they were stickers.
Yeah.
And so I took a couple, and my grandmother caught me or whatever, and she's like, what are you, whatever. She caught me, and she told my dad, and my dad came to pick me up. He was livid.
Yep.
And I didn't really understand what the hell was going on. To me, they're stickers. Like, I didn't know you know what I mean? Like, I didn't think it was that big of a deal.
Yeah.
But the whole way home, man, he had me, like, shaking. Like, he was and my dad was a big dude.
Yeah.
And I was so scared. We get inside the house. He grabs, like, 3 or 4 garbage bags, throws them at me. I'm in first grade. And he says, pack your shit. You're going to the bad boys' home. And I'm like, what? And he's like, that's right. He's like, you're if you're not going to be good, you can't live with us. You have to go to the bad boys' home where bad boys live. And, so go pack your shit. When you're packed,
Because
let me know. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so here I am, first grader, with 4 Glad bags in my hand. I go upstairs, and I'm throwing my possessions into this bag. And my mom worked later, so she didn't get home yet. So my dad's downstairs. God knows what he was thinking. He's probably laughing his ass off. But I'm packing up all my stuff. I hear my mom come in, and I'm like beside myself. And I walk downstairs crying, and I'm just like, is it okay if I have another garbage bag? I want to take my pillow.
Yeah.
And my mom goes, that's it. Like, you better tell this kid he's not going anywhere. But man, I was like floored by that. Like the thought of losing everything that I had, my room, everything. I can only take certain things, and then to go and live amongst other
bad boys,
little bad boys,
yeah.
And eat bread and, for dinner and just whatever he was putting into my head, it scared the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
And that was kind of harsh, I think, to do to a kid when you're just taking some stamps from your grandma's house. Like, it wasn't like I stole a friggin'
but
toy out of her store or something, but still, I'm thankful for that because
I think it was
it
an
showed
appropriate thing to do to a boy.
I guess.
Like, he would have never done that to your sister.
No.
You know what I mean? But
No.
it was good to do that to you because he knew how you would feel knowing what you'd lose.
I was heartbroken.
So that was smart.
I still remember. I still remember
The
that
feeling.
day.
Yeah.
From first grade, I can still remember it.
But then it also taught you, like, not only not to steal, but just, like, how to respect your grandmother.
And yeah, for sure.
You know?
For sure.
Like, you were taking that from her.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that was crazy. So I may pull that on my kid one day.
The bad boys home?
I mean, it works.
Yeah.
It was harsh though, man.
I
I was fucked up. I was like,
and then you're going to end up.
Just picture me in my room crying as a first grader.
I know.
Throwing little toys and blankets and whatever I thought was important to me then.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I'll never forget like my mom too. She was like heartbroken for me. But
so crazy.
But no, I had that kind of dad where I would get the line where my mom would say, "Wait till your father gets home."
Mm-hmm.
And I would be shaking when that car hit the driveway. I'd be in my room shaking. And the funniest shit was the day that I was in for it. I don't know what I did, but I had a plate in my room somehow. I told you the story.
Yeah.
And my dad came home, and my dad never. That's the other thing too. You don't hit your kids at all nowadays. And like
no,
I
they'll
didn't
tweet about it.
Yeah, really, it's crazy. Or have a camera set up on you. But like my dad never like kicked my ass, like you know what I mean. Like, but he's hit me a couple times when I was little. But I don't know what I did. I fucked up, I guess. And my mom gave me the whole wait till he gets home, and I'm crying in my room, laying down, and I hear the car pull in. I hear my mom tell my dad what happened, and he comes upstairs, and I think he was probably just gonna like scare me a little, maybe like take his belt off, maybe give me one good solid shot or something. That's old school, man, because I know his dad was really strict, so that's where he got it from. But it
was never like.
But wait, though, in preparation for this, I saw the plate in my room from. I must have had food up there earlier and something like that, and I went under my covers and I put the plate on my ass, under my pants, and then my covers over it. So he comes in, and I knew he would probably go for that area. And so he takes off his belt. He's like yelling at me, shit like that. And he sends one shot, and you kind of hear like a ding, almost like this, like almost like a, like, you know what it would sound like if you like flicked a plate hard or something. Yeah. And I was just like, oh, did you hear that? And I don't know to this day, because he passed away. I miss him so much. I wish I could ask him, but I wonder if he heard that. Like, he must have been thinking, like, this kid's a piece of work,
How
dude.
could you
like,
not hear that?
He friggin' left. He left the room. And so to me, as an adult now, he must have, like, started to crack up a little bit. Like, this kid's out of his mind.
Yeah.
Like, hilarious.
He lost it.
But I remember that. That was really funny. But moral of the story is, I think you need to smack your kids every once in a while. Not, like, abuse them.
No.
But, like, I don't think you should be afraid to, like, get up in their ass every once in a while.
I think you can.
Because you're trying to raise a good kid.
Yeah. I mean, I think you can discipline your kids in an effective way. Like when I was, I don't know, I had to have been 1. Our entire house was white. Everything in our house was white. The couches, the rugs, the walls, everything. That was just, I don't know.
What'd you do? Crayon the walls?
Yeah, so I crayon the walls, not realizing, like, this isn't paper, this is a wall. So my dad comes in, he sees it, and he didn't say anything. He just walked away, put some water and some soap in a bucket, handed me a sponge, and said, "Don't get up until this is cleaned." And I sat there and I cleaned it. Yeah. I never drew on the walls again.
Yeah, it's like my dad's trick. It was mental warfare.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? He fucked me up mentally.
I very easily
to this day.
I very easily could have walked away and not done it and, whatever, but...
See, nowadays, though, it could be like, fuck you, Dad.
Right.
You're going to clean the fucking thing up. I'm going on Instagram.
Right. Well, my kid's not getting an iPhone.
Yeah, you say that now, but when he comes home or she comes home crying, like, all my friends have a phone, I'm the loser that doesn't have one, I'm getting made fun of for it, then how do you handle it?
I'll tell her or him to talk to Steve Jobs' kids and ask them why they don't have iPhones.
No, well, good luck trying
They
to
have
say that
reading
to her.
time. They have TV time and then reading time before bed. They don't have any Apple products. Why?
Because they fucking melt your brain, man.
Mm-hmm.
They rob you of your childhood.
Yep.
Kids don't play outside anymore. Actually, no, you know what? I was impressed. We went to that park today and we threw the football around and we were messing around outside.
Yeah, there were some kids.
And there was kids riding skateboards down that little hill like a sled.
Yeah.
And I was
They were
like, huh.
screaming. They were having fun.
But they were screaming, fuck this, fuck that.
Sure. Well, it wasn't the little kids. It was the bigger kids.
Yeah, it's true. That's normal.
Which
though.
that always happens.
I've
I
seen
learned,
that
you know,
forever.
fuck
I'm sure
you
I
from...
did that. I was playing,
Yeah.
you know, growing up. I was lucky. I grew up on a street with like so many kids.
Yeah.
And we play football and baseball and basketball and hockey and whatever.
Anything,
dude.
yeah.
Tag.
Hacky sack. You remember hacky sack?
Yeah, I never really got that much into it, but yeah, you name it, man. Manhunt, like hide and go
Even
seek,
just
whatever.
stickball in the middle of the street.
Just crazy, man. But it's like I feel like a lot of kids are robbed of that now. It's kind of just like video games and
Yeah.
cell phones.
That was why,
But that was cool to
what
see
was
those
that?
kids playing outside.
Yeah.
I don't know where the fuck their parents were. Maybe they lived nearby. I mean, we're in
Even-
LA. We're
even
not in
still.
some small town in New Jersey. It's a little different now.
Yeah.
I don't know where they're coming from, but still, it was refreshing to
But
see.
that's why that game did so well. What the hell was it? Just came out. Not just, but a couple of years ago.
Fortnite?
No. Pokemon. Where you like people had to like go outside and like walk to like catch a Pokemon or whatever it was. There was like all of this stat.
I thought that was like for nerdy adults.
No.
I thought adults were doing it.
Yes.
No
but
offense, anybody, if you're into Pokemon.
No,
go.
I mean, there were definitely people who were like avid Pokemon people and, you know, would do that. But it encouraged you to go to places and to go like outside to like hunt for them.
Go race across the street and get hit by a car.
Yeah, like there were statistics on how people were like getting up and going out and finding like, and you would end up meeting somebody because they too were trying to find a
Kids.
Pokemon. Yeah.
How the fuck are you gonna let a little kid like go roam around?
No, like obviously their parents would go with them, but it was like a whole thing. That's why it was like so big for a while because people were finding a way to like get
Still
outside.
though, that's what are you experiencing? You're staring at your phone like a fucking compass, trying to figure out where to find these stupid fucking things. What are you doing?
No, I know,
You're not
but
playing a
don't-
sport. You're not doing anything.
Well, at least they're walking and they're up and
Yeah,
doing
but
something.
they're staring at their phone.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a different world, man. And it's not even, it's just crazy because it's not like I'm 60 years old. Like, this is not that long ago.
No, not at all.
It just blows my
I
mind.
mean, I probably gave my age away when I said I was around when Facebook started, but
Yeah, well, we're in our 30s.
yeah.
Barely,
Gross.
but it sucks. Whatever. It's just a number.
It really doesn't suck, but
It's
it hits.
what sucks
it just
though
hits
is like
different.
when you're a little kid, you're like, oh, I can't wait to be an adult, and it's gonna be so much fun, and it's gonna be so much better than this shit, and I can't do anything, and I'm not
Fast
allowed to do
forward.
this. Yeah, you fast forward, and you're like, oh, I just want to be a kid and just do nothing and not worry about rent and bills and food shopping and cooking and laundry and
yeah.
and it blows my mind because like I think about like, you know, what our parents did, you know, but it was a different time. Do you know my mom told me the other day that the rent when she first moved into the place I grew up was $175 a month. I almost threw up when she told me that.
Mm-hmm.
That is insane.
That was probably
Like,
a
were people
decent amount of
making-
money.
Were they making that much less money
Yeah.
back then?
Yeah.
That's just crazy.
back
How could it
then-
go up that much though in like 30 years?
Inflation, cost of goods.
It's fucking insane.
Yeah. It's just how it happens.
It
Like
blows my mind.
if rent was $175 a month, your parents were probably making collectively $40,000 a year?
I don't know. I think my mom said she was making like 60. I don't know. I don't remember. I thought that's what she said. And I
Maybe the
think she
two
was
of them
telling me she was
together.
making like 1,300 a paycheck, like every 2 weeks or something, or maybe a month. I don't know. I gotta ask her again. But still, dude, $175 a month. That's
Oh yeah.
insane.
No, it's incredible.
Oh
but
my God. That's just nuts.
could you imagine
how much
being
money we'd be able to save?
grandfathered into something like that?
It doesn't even exist anymore.
Sure it does. In New York.
$175.
I mean, I don't.
No way.
Not $175, but
Oh, like
you know,
500 a
like-
month,
yeah.
something like that.
Oh sure.
Like
Like
Rachel.
Friends.
Yeah. I was just gonna
Like
say
Monica.
and Rachel.
Mm-hmm.
I saw this meme. I don't know, a couple hours ago, because hey, I'm human and I have a cell phone too. And it was like Joey and Chandler sitting on the couch waiting for Monica and Rachel to answer a question in that game. Like they're like, they don't know this. And it said like, when I make a Friends reference and nobody knows what I'm talking about, or something like that.
Yeah.
And or like I thought everybody knew Friends references or whatever. I love that show. I don't care how white that makes me. I love that show. I'm Italian for the record, so I'm pretty damn tan. But
I
no,
had never
that's a
seen
joke
it.
too. Like everybody says, like, oh, that's just like the whitest
Yeah. Well.
people like Friends. I love that show, man. It's fucking hilarious. The only thing that annoys me is that same laugh track.
Yeah.
That kind of pisses me off sometimes. But the writing's so good and they're so good that I kind of just blow it off.
Yeah.
But like I hear the same laugh track and I'm just like, oh, fuck. Because I used to think it was like a live studio audience all the time. But no way.
I had never seen it until we moved here.
Yeah, that's insane. That's insane. Some people just
it
never
just
saw
celebrated its 25th anniversary.
That's crazy. Jennifer Aniston's still hot.
She's gorgeous.
I'm disappointed in Courtney Cox though, because she was so hot.
Yeah.
And now she looks like an alien, like the rest of the. I'm sorry, Courtney. I don't mean to shout.
She doesn't.
Courtney.
She doesn't.
I just don't like the plastic surgery.
She
look.
doesn't
It's
look
fucked up.
as bad though. Like if you look on
I don't like it.
her Instagram and just see her like videos of her just like living her life and
I still
barely
see
any
it,
makeup
though.
on.
I still see it.
Yeah, but I
don't
think
like it.
I think the
Was she aging that badly where she said, like, I got to pull the trigger on something here?
no, she probably just
She was
had the money
so
and was
hot.
like,
oh
fuck
my
it.
God, her eyes and like she was so hot. I had such
She
a crush
still
on
has
her
the
and
same
Jen.
eyes.
I know, but I just don't like her lips and her friggin' cheekbones look weird. And she just has that classic, 50-year-old woman in LA.
She got a couple of things pulled up.
I hate it. I hate it.
It's all right.
I hate it.
I know.
That's like, it's just such a shame.
I mean,
She's
I'm
so
sure
hot.
I wouldn't.
Like, just own it. Like, you're aging, but like, fuck it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, why you got to, like, you're 50 or whatever, how old she
You're
is.
supposed to look 50.
Right.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
I know.
I hate when beautiful women do that.
I bet you Jen's had a little bit of work too, though.
Probably. But she still looks pretty normal.
Like natural fit. I
Not
mean, she's
completely,
like,
but maybe she had a couple.
she has money, but it's not like I wasted
I would
all
love
my money
to
on.
know for sure because she still looks pretty natural to me. And like Phoebe is like 100%. Like I think.
Yeah.
I don't even know why I'm calling her Phoebe by Phoebe.
I know.
Lisa.
Yeah. I don't know. I think
Because I think I saw a picture the other day and she looked pretty like normal. Just like, you know what I mean?
Lisa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She looked like just a normal, her age.
Yeah.
But it's fucked up because when you do have surgery like that, you still look that age, but you just look like morphed or something like weird, like fucking alien. Even when like really young girls like get their lips done and shit like that, and they want those like fake ass features and shit, it turns me off. I hate it.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I just do not like it. Like, you know how I feel. Like, I am not a Kardashian fan. I am not an Instagram model fan. Like, those girls, they all, like, try to achieve that same look almost. It's fucking weird.
They all want to look like Kylie.
It's fucking disgusting, dude.
Yeah.
She was friggin' partying right here last night.
Yeah.
Right outside her friggin' window. The
In our apartment.
paparazzi
No.
was fucking up all night here with the flashes going off and shit.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit?
Well.
Like, whatever, dude. I don't know. I'm not a big Kardashian fan. I'm sorry. I know everybody in the world seems to love them, but I just I'm not a fan. Not a fan of making your ass fake, your lips fake, your friggin' everything.
But how are you?
It's gross.
I think the thing with that is, like, how are you going to react when, like, I age that way?
What do you mean? It's better than fucking looking like an alien.
So you don't want me to? You want
Look like
me
an
to
alien?
have,
No, I
you want
don't
me to have
want
like
you to look
tons
like
of
an alien.
wrinkles and everything?
Listen, no one wants to get old. You know what I mean?
I know.
I don't want them. I don't want to. You know, like when I see a gray hair come in somewhere, I freak.
Yeah.
I don't like it. No one likes it. But it's like I'm pretty sure there's things that you can do to yourself that's like naturally like more healthy and
Yeah.
without getting, you know, a ton of Botox and a ton of, you know, surgery and shit. Like there's got to be some natural stuff, and you take care of yourself and you eat okay and everything, you know, exercise and stuff. It's life, dude.
Yeah.
But it's obviously no fun. So like I sympathize when someone's aging and they're like, I'm not ready for this.
Yeah.
You know, but that alien look is just not. It's just not cute.
Well, I'm just curious as to how they're all gonna look when they're older. Like that's gonna be a sight for sore eyes. Anybody that's like trying to look like Kylie right now, or even Kylie, like how, like it's gonna be scary.
I don't even like pay attention to her. Like I can't even like really 100% picture her face right now because I try not to even. I don't even pay attention. I try not to pay attention.
She's like not one of the OG Kardashians. She's like a Caitlyn Jenner spawn.
Yeah, I don't know. I know she's very popular and I know what she looks like, but I don't see her enough to really know what is going on with her face.
Well, I'm sure anything you picture in your head of what she looks like, she looks completely different because she's probably having surgery right now.
It's crazy, man. Is it the money? Is that it? Or is it just this is it just like, I don't know what possesses people.
I think it's the money, and
I think there's some mental fucking issues involved.
Yeah.
Like Michael Jackson got some of the most work done ever, like early on before this shit was even like a big thing. Now everybody does it.
Well, he did that because he didn't want to look like his dad anymore.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Which is really fucked up.
Didn't he have his skin bleached?
Yeah, he was white.
It was bleached, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's fucked, man. He had some serious problems.
Yeah.
Like serious
But I
problems.
also think, too, that, you know, growing up in the spotlight really fucks you up.
Oh, sure.
And that's probably why we have people like, you know, Kylie, who's changing her face and changing her body and doing all this.
She wasn't famous at like age 4, was she?
They had a reality show when she was like 8.
All right. Well,
I think
it's no like Macaulay Culkin,
oh
Michael
my God,
Jackson.
No.
Like Macaulay Culkin's actually pretty. I mean, he's out there and he's very like.
Yeah, but he's like normal looking and kept to himself.
Yeah, but yeah. Like he's he's a weird dude. He's into a lot of crazy shit, but he seems like he's more grounded.
Yeah,
which is interesting. Or like just like the Olsen twins.
What? They're fucked.
That's what I mean.
Oh,
like just like people that really were famous.
Yeah.
Early.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson, Justin Bieber got it pretty early, but still he wasn't even as young as Michael Jackson or Macaulay Culkin or the Olsen twins. The Olsen twins are fucking infants, babies.
Yeah.
And famous.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking crazy.
But I think too, even with somebody like Courtney Cox, like she was not that she was 6-7 years old when she was famous, but she was still young enough to be affected mentally by all of it.
Yeah, but I don't think she's not fucked up mentally. She just,
I just mean with her
tried to do her, yeah, but
maintain that appearance.
I know, but even people that aren't out of their minds do that. You know what I mean? Just like normal people, they just want to not age or,
because
whatever
Hollywood
it is
telling them not to.
Yeah, I mean it's so common, but it's gross. You look like it's just gross, but.
I think there's a fine line between, being natural and aging gracefully and...
who's hot? I was talking about her earlier, Kate Beckinsale?
Smoke Show.
her face doesn't look like it's that worked on to me.
I think she just has great genes.
Like,
And
or how about that friggin' Victoria's Secret model chick that I used to have the crush on? That looks like
Adriana.
She
Forget
does
it.
not age.
No, she's like
She's looked
Benjamin
exactly
Button.
the same.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy hot smoke show.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, but I get it. I guess it's just not. It's just such a shame because like when you were that beautiful, like Courtney Cox. Oh my God, she was so hot.
Who's the other one you love from 90210?
Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
There you go. Yeah. She's a little fucked up now too, isn't she?
I guess I haven't seen her in a really, really long time, but back in the day, she was like.
Let me Google her face. Yum. She's
like heavy now, isn't she?
No.
I thought she got like really heavy or something. Unless I'm thinking of someone else.
Maybe.
She was so hot.
Maybe she's just a normal weight and not like.
I don't know. She was always like a little thicker. Not in like Saved by the Bell, but like she had like. It's weird. She definitely had like a boob job. Like I remember she went to like 90210 or whatever, and she had like way bigger boobs or something. But
she did not gain weight at all. She's just a normal human being. No.
Oh, okay.
I think it's just because you are seeing her now as like a woman, and on that show,
I saw a clip of her.
Maybe when she was pregnant.
Maybe that's it. I didn't know. She was doing like some cooking show or something.
She was probably pregnant.
Yeah, but man, I had the biggest crush on her.
She's still beautiful. I actually don't think she's.
Let me see.
Done much.
This is like.
I think that's recent.
Wow, she does look good.
Right. Who's the other one I was thinking of?
She always had that chubby cheek, though.
Yeah, she's got like cute cheeks. Who am I thinking of then? If it's not her, God,
that took me back looking at her. I had such a crush on her.
Did you get a little?
Yeah, my dick moved.
Oh, nice.
Just a little bit.
Okay.
It hit the table.
Who's the other one from 90210? Who's like her face is just
Tori Spelling.
Oh, there you go.
She fucked up.
Yeah,
she fucked up.
She might
Donna. Be. Oh, I had the biggest crush on her too.
Yeah,
she was so hot back in the day.
I don't know.
When
her
I was
face
really
was
young,
always a little weird for me.
Her nose was always a little weird or something, but man, she had like such a body and like her face was like cute and no, she was cute, but now she looks like
though. Like terrible.
Really?
Yeah.
She wasn't that bad back in the day. Now she seems a little forced, but back in the day, I don't know. She seemed pretty.
I think it just annoyed me because I knew she got cast because her dad made the show.
Oh yeah, sure.
You know,
sure.
It was just like, ugh.
She wasn't. She wasn't that bad. I loved that show growing up, though, so I was like very forgiving, and I wasn't like acting myself yet.
Yeah.
So I didn't like.
You couldn't see it
when you start acting, and like you start doing some TV or you start to see how shit works.
Yeah.
It ruins it. It's gone. It's so hard for me to get sucked into anything now. I just pick it apart. Like I'm just picking it apart. People's performances, like it takes like someone like Leonardo DiCaprio or someone like really fucking good to suck me in. Brad Pitt, which I can't. How have we not seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood yet?
I don't know.
I need to see that movie, and I hear that the Joker is ridiculous. I'm not like the biggest superhero type movie fan, whatever, but I hear it's like really good. What was that? Pick it up. But yeah, dude, it's crazy. That's funny. Yeah, Tori Spelling. And then I think the girl who played Brenda, Shannon Doherty, messed her face up too.
Oh, maybe I was thinking of her because they're both brunette.
No, Tori Spelling's blonde.
No, Amber and Shannon.
Oh. Yeah, no, I didn't have a crush on her. I had a crush on Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
Oh, okay.
She was just,
Yum. But she was also in, what, Saved by the Bell?
Yeah, she played Kelly Kapowski.
Okay.
Who is like the heartthrob on that show.
That's right.
And then you had Jessie, who went on to do Showgirls, like the biggest.
Oh my God, the best movie of all time.
It's one of the worst movies of all time.
Yeah.
It's so bad it kind of pulls you in.
I know.
It's fucking weird. She was hot too, though. I mean, she came off like a really bad actress in that. It was like
because I think she was.
Oh,
And the
but
show,
she was
like,
kind of good in. I guess she wasn't that
yeah,
good
but
in
it was
Saved
like
by
a
the Bell.
sitcom.
Oh man, but that movie, it's so bad. Weren't they just talking about that on Rogan? I think
Oh, were
Joe.
they?
I think Joe was talking about it. I think he
It's
said it was like a Coke movie. Everybody,
oh,
unless it
it's
was his
so
guest,
good.
like everyone that made that movie must have been on Coke when they were doing it.
Just
It's hilarious.
the truly the worst
I didn't even know
movie.
you really watched that.
Oh yeah.
Did we watch it together? I don't remember that.
I don't think so. I think I watched it truly thinking it was going to be like a good movie, and I was like, "Oh my god, this movie sucks." And then I watched it multiple times cuz I just couldn't not. Like,
Yeah,
you know when
it's
you would like
bad.
watch a movie and then you would just keep popping it into the VHS?
VHS. What's that?
Yes, sir.
What is a VHS? Holy
Or
shit.
even my like DVD player that I got for Christmas one year, and I was like so excited cuz it was
Should I change the name of this podcast to We Are Old?
yeah.
I am old now.
Oh.
30 and over.
Well, I mean, Netflix didn't exist. What
No,
is,
I know.
you know?
That was crazy. Do you remember the tracking shit on a VHS where it would get all scrambled and fucked up and you had to move this little tracking switch to like clear it up?
No.
Wow. It was like this little dial.
Weird.
Yeah, I remember that shit when I was like really young. Used to tape shit. That's crazy, man. I'm going to tape it.
Mm-hmm.
We're going out tonight. I'm going to tape it.
Yeah.
Tape it.
You'd get home and realize you didn't press record, and you'd be so pissed off. That happened to me so many times, like trying to film like MTV Spring Break or some shit.
You recorded MTV Spring Break?
I'm sure I did. In like
I was on
fifth
it.
grade.
Should I tell everybody
Yeah.
I was on MTV at one point? I
you want-
don't even
you
want to talk about that.
If you wanna.
I don't want to go there. Maybe I'll save that for another
You
episode.
did it all for the nookie.
Oh, God. Jeez. All right. I once was on MTV on this show, Say What Karaoke, when I was like a teener.
And who was your judge?
Chris Pratt,
Chris fucking Pratt.
Ashley Simpson, and the guy who plays I Need Money, who we saw in Trader Joe's the one time, were the judges. And Danielle Fishel from Boy Meets World was the host.
Topanga.
And I did Eminem Lose Yourself.
Yep.
Won. And then got to do the like finals episode in the TRL building in New York City, and I did Nookie from Limp Bizkit.
But you didn't choose any of those, right?
Not at first. They kind of came to me with like this list of like, here are this. I guess they were like the popular songs then that you kind of had to go with, because I kind of wanted to do something that was more singing.
Yeah.
But there really wasn't anything on there. I think there might have been like an NSYNC song or something, but I didn't want to go there. You know, like, no offense, Justin. I'm a big Justin Timberlake fan, one of the classiest, most talented dudes, I think, like, ever. But, and like, I mean, his wife, forget it.
Hello.
Talk about Smoke Show. I had a huge crush on her too, but can't talk like that anymore. She's a married woman. No. But yeah, no, I didn't want to pull the trigger on an NSYNC song on national television.
Yeah, that could have been bad.
But so yeah, I did it all for the Nookie. Fuck it. It was a little more hardcore then. It had some edge to it, and everyone said I should have won that, but I got beat by some kid who didn't even sing. He just danced.
Nice.
And the people that called and voted in, like I remember he did this like Matrix move or whatever.
Duh.
It was pretty
Stupid.
whatever. It's all good. It was a good experience, and at least it got me. You know, it told me I could handle it if I had to be in front of national TV or you know, a large amount of people.
Yeah,
and that
that's
was cool. So if I got nothing else out of it, I got some stage presence and experience from it. So that's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, a little embarrassing, but whatever, dude.
Why is it embarrassing?
We all start somewhere and try to do stuff.
It's so amazing.
It's embarrassing. But
I feel like I tell everybody that you've done that.
thanks a lot. Yeah, that's nice.
I think it's the coolest thing ever.
It's kind of whack, dude. Especially looking back. It is what it is.
If you were around to enjoy Say What Karaoke when it was big, then it's pretty fucking cool. Like,
Yeah.
I probably watched you on TV and just didn't even realize it was you.
Maybe.
Because we hadn't met yet.
Maybe.
Or maybe I, like, looked at you and I was like, oh, my God, that's...
What an
I'm
asshole.
going to be with this man.
Oh, please. Unbelievable.
While you were...
This guy, performing Nookie or Eminem.
Yeah.
Hilarious. Whatever, dude. We all do shit in this fucking business.
Yeah.
You do whatever you can. Coming up. Gotta figure it out.
What about that time you got that, like, background gig for whatever it was?
The Good Wife?
There you go. And I came to pick you up, and
What
I
a
thought you were
nightmare.
in Brooklyn, but you were in Manhattan.
It was like 15 hours.
Yeah.
Don't ever be a background actor for extra money. It's the fucking worst gig ever.
If you grab a couple of people, I've done it before. It's kind of fun.
Ugh, waited around for hours and hours for $80.
Yeah.
Fuck that. It was freezing cold. I had to walk back and forth outside this like little diner or bar or something, and it was -4 degrees outside.
When you were waiting for me to pick you up, I plugged the address of where you were into my GPS, and my GPS took me to the same address, but in Brooklyn, not in Manhattan.
Oh, that's your GPS's fault or your fault? Did you punch in something wrong?
No,
Either way, I'm very
whatever.
thankful that you came and picked me up at whatever the hell time it was in the middle of winter in New York
3
City.
a.m.
Took you fucking hours.
Yeah.
I was freezing, standing outside that train station. I'll never forget that.
You didn't speak to me that entire time.
I was pissed.
You did not speak.
I appreciate that you came and picked me up, but what the fuck, man? It took you days to get there. It seemed like days.
Because I told you, I plugged in that address. It was like...
After 15 hours of like standing around a set like an asshole, and then I'm freezing in the middle of New York City by myself waiting for you and your little orange VW bug to show up.
Oh, I remember that thing.
That was cool, that thing. Convertible.
We had some good times in that thing.
Yeah, it was fun driving around the city in that thing with the top down, though.
Mm-hmm.
It looked really cool at night, driving
Going
around.
through the tunnel.
Oh, that was fun. That was fun, too.
But yeah, honestly, there's nothing better than like New York at 3 a.m. when there's no traffic.
Yeah, I miss New York. I miss the fucking pizza, man.
Yeah. Oh my God.
The pizza.
The bagels.
Bagels.
Taylor ham.
Taylor ham. That's more New Jersey.
Doesn't matter.
Pork roll.
No, there's Taylor ham in the city.
People bitch me out when I say Taylor ham. In our town where we grew up, it says...
It's Taylor ham.
Yeah, dude. It's Taylor ham, egg, and cheese
on
an egg bagel.
Salt, pepper, ketchup.
I miss it. But it gets old, though. My mom will send me some every once in a while, somehow. Or remember when she came to visit, she brought like 5 packages.
She had it all in her purse.
That was hilarious. I'm like, you flew here with Taylor ham? And she's like, yeah.
And she made cookies.
She's so sweet.
And she was passing them out on the plane.
She's the cutest. I have the cutest.
Do you remember
mom
her
in the world.
her little angel self rolling down the escalator like, "Hi, I made it."
Yeah, I wanted to cry.
Waving to us, yeah, she was so
started
cute.
Crying. But I miss real pizza. Good stuff over there. But yeah, I don't miss the snow. And the cold and the rain. Always raining.
Yeah.
And gross. It's like beautiful for like a week, and then it's like disgusting for the rest of the year.
Yeah. I miss the snow in that sometimes it would just force you to stay home. Like you couldn't do anything. Yeah, that was cool.
There was an excuse.
And so you were
like not have to do shit.
Yeah. You're like, okay, I'm going to make some slice and bake cookies.
But by the end of that day, you start losing your mind.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I got to get out of here.
Completely lose your shit because you like haven't showered.
Oh, dude, I used to get high as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
And play like Madden.
Yeah.
Like my friends would come over, like walk over in a snowstorm, and we would just fucking get high and play video games. The
most fun I ever had in a snowstorm, I walked from my house to Johnny's.
No one knows who the fuck Johnny is, but
Johnny's Tavern.
It's a bar.
Yeah. It's a shithole bar in Boonton. And
Boonton, New Jersey.
Yep. Well, it's Boonton, USA. There's no other Boonton in the entire country.
That's weird.
But I met my mom and Dave at Johnny's Tavern, And there had to have been like
The people listening don't know who Mom and Dave are. They know Mom. They don't know who Dave is.
my mom's boyfriend, Dave.
Okay, well, you have to be specific.
So I met them at Johnny's Tavern. We had a couple of drinks to warm up, and then we went back to my mom's house and just ate all of the food, smoked a joint, and like chilled. It was the best.
You got high with your mom?
Yeah.
Good for you.
You've never gotten high with your mom.
Never.
You've gotten high with your dad.
Once or twice. Yeah,
Yeah.
my dad was different.
Yeah.
Once I was old enough, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was into it. I never knew.
Yeah.
Used to smell it sometimes as a kid. Like, what the
Never
fuck
knew
is
what
that? What's that weird pungent smell? Never knew. But
That's
then when
amazing.
I got older, I was like, that's what I smelled.
Oh my God.
That's what it was.
Where would he smoke?
The basement or up in the attic, maybe by the bedroom. I don't know. But I remember smelling that shit every once in a while and not knowing what it was.
That's amazing.
Yeah, hilarious. Remember the time we had a snowball fight and I fucked you up?
Yeah.
Like Elf, like
That's
Will
my
Ferrell.
fault. I totally initiated it. I was like trying to be cute and flirty, like hee hee hee, like snowball.
Just
and
not
he
aware
just
that I've played baseball my entire
fired
life.
40 of them at me, and I was like,
Doop,
okay,
doop,
that's
doop,
enough.
doop, doop, doop.
Crying.
It was like fucking Harry and Dumb and Dumber where he just winds up and nails. Bam.
Awful.
I can throw still.
I was like, so much for being flirtatious. I thought it was going to be this like cute thing, and then we just like end up in the snow and we're like laughing like how they do in the movies. And no, he just fucking whaled me with 40 snowballs. I was like, all right, that wasn't fun.
Sorry. I get a little competitive. You know?
It's just a game fucker.
Yeah. It was still fun though. You still had fun.
Yeah, I laughed my ass off.
Even with your black eye afterwards? No, I didn't nail you that hard.
No.
It's
So
fucking
funny.
hilarious. All right. Well, thanks for taking 2 hours to do a first podcast test with me, and
You're going to be amazing.
thanks, babe. All right, so that's the first podcast ever. Thanks, babe, for being my first guest, and we're going to have some cool people come in here and do this podcast with me, so it should be cool. I'm stoked. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time. Later.